Hey, what's up, everyone? I want to thank everybody that stuck around. I want to thank everybody that's new subscribers, and I really appreciate all of you. I apologize I've been gone for so long. I've had a little bit on my plate, and I apologize. But I'm going to go ahead and start and get into this video. And this is one of the most hated videos on YouTube, or channels on YouTube, at least by YouTube themselves. They don't like what I have to say. They don't like that I don't monetize. And, you know, they don't like that I don't give a shit, that I basically just do it just to do it. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started. A lot of you, or some of you, new subscribers I've gotten have come from people that saw my last video where I was pretty upset about different groups or different people within the Mandela Effect that are just throwing up Mandela effects left and right. And I think it's bullshit. And so anyway, I'm not really going to talk too much about that, but I will maybe refer back to it just a little bit. So if you haven't seen it, click one video back and check it out. But what I am going to talk about is in the comments section, I had someone ask me what I meant by our own kind coming for us. And basically what I meant by that is that I feel that people, by all of us being in this certain group in the beginning, all of us were in this group, and there were so many people trying to say that we were full of shit, that we were psycho, we were losing our minds, and you know, and I mean, let's face it, anyone that got introduced to these Mandela effects, I mean, 90% of the time they were able to see it. And I didn't say they got obsessed or they started looking into it the way that a lot of us did, you know, with religion, with D-Wave and all these different possibilities, but they were able to recognize it. Now, just a little side note, I don't know if any of you have ever seen the React channel. You know, it's a bunch of teenagers or kids or adults. They react to different things, this and this and that. Well, one of them is the Mandela Effect. And like 90% of them saw the same Mandela effects that we see. You know, and they just, oh wow, that's crazy. That's there's no, I remember it this way, I remember it that way. Just on a little side note, I'd like for some of you that believe in this awakening thing, I'd like to know what you have to say about that. Okay, because I just don't believe it's some spiritual awakening that only so many of us are doing or whatever. I'd like to really know what y'all think about that, because if regular ass people, which is like I believe that anyone, as long as they have a memory, basically they can see differences, and I really don't think it's some spiritual awakening floating into different dimensions, and I'm sorry, I just don't see it that way. However, don't get too stuck on that. But now that a lot of these groups within the Mandela Effect are going their own way, and I think a lot of you that have found me, you know, I know that I have a pretty boring channel. It's literally just me just vlogging, and these channels aren't really, I mean, I have like no studio quality whatsoever, so believe me, whenever I see the subscribers that I have and that I get, I really do appreciate it. But there are multiple groups within the Mandela Effect, and I feel like there's one group of people like myself that feel like a lot of these Mandela effects are being thrown around like fucking candy. That, well, I don't remember it, so it must be Mandela Effect. I'm calling bullshit, and I know a lot of you have too. So if you're a subscriber or you've viewed some of my videos before or whatever, you know where I'm coming from. But then there's the other group, and which is what I spoke about in my last video. Like I said, I'm really not trying to talk about that video too much, but like I said, if you haven't seen it, go back and see it. The other group, you know, I'm not really going to go as far as say they're paid shills, but I will go as far as say they're just lonely ass people, you know, that have a need and a yearn to be wanted, recognized, needed. And that's very human. There's nothing very malicious about that, I don't feel. To them, I feel like it's just, hey, I want to stay in my position where people are looking to me for answers. And it's a little egotistical, which I don't feel... Sorry if you guys can hear a train. I apologize. It's a little egotistical to be... To have the need to be wanted, you know? Jesus Christ. I don't know if you guys can hear that, but damn. And that's the other group. I feel like we were up against enough to begin with to have another group, or the other group being people that were saying that the people that are affected by the Mandela Effect are crazy. But now we have another group that are making us look crazy, basically feeding us to the wolves. You know, when people reflect or kind of refer to this subject, they're going to see so much bullshit, so many fake-ass Mandela effects, that we're losing whatever ground we had. We're not even stable anymore. Because now you got so many rinky-dink, dime a dozen Mandela effects mixed in with good ones, nobody's going to be able to tell the difference anymore. And that's what I mean. I feel like our own kind is literally pushing us off the diving board, you know, or pushing us out to fend for ourselves. Because so many of them have just turned into these fucking assholes that are just throwing out Mandela effects. They're just throwing out Mandela effects, you know, for... I don't know, it just seems like they're making us look like shit. And they are. You know, I mean, I feel like they make us look stupid. Because the Mandela effects are stupid. You know, I mean... You know, I was talking to another YouTuber that I said, you know what? Your Mandela effects are bullshit, basically. And they said, so you're telling me that people that remember it, it's just confabulation, it's just people making up stuff or whatever? It's like, yeah, I do. People are like that. You know, if it comes down to people and your favorite sports teams, or the state even the state you're from, your grandmother's spaghetti, you know, or whatever, you know, man, my grandmother makes the best spaghetti. No, it's the best spaghetti to you because you have emotional tie to that. Just like from where I'm from Texas. I grew up in Dallas, and Cowboy fans are some pretty diehard fans. And it doesn't matter what you say or do, or what them Cowboys do. They're going to be Cowboy fans to their bone. And you know what? It's the same way with the Mandela Effect. So when you look at these videos, and you know, you look at these videos and you see this little margin of people that believe that, I'm not going to name any names, I'm not going to say which ones, but all of you that are clearly here on my channel, I'm sure know. But you got this little margin of people that remember it the way the YouTuber is saying that it is, and then you have this giant margin of people that are saying, no, I don't think so. Okay? Now see, this is where I get confused. Let's just say each finger counts for 10%, 100%, okay? You have videos like my favorite, or one of the ones that means the most to me, Luke, I Am Your Father. You go to those videos, it's like 90% remember Luke, I Am Your Father. But out of the same group of Mandela Effectees, the new ones, it's the same group, but it's only 20% that remember whatever that YouTuber is saying. It's the same group of people. Now, is this where the argument comes in that some of us are more awakened than others, or some of us just have better memories than others? I don't think so. I think what you have is hometown spirit. I think that's what you have. A classic case of hometown spirit. Okay, or homegrown spirit. These people that are in the Mandela Effect community, some of them are flat earthers. Some of them are top tier conspiracy theorists. I'm not. And I'm not knocking anybody who really is. But what I'm saying is, the Mandela Effect, I feel, has some of the most firm footing out of all of these beliefs. You can say the flat earth all you want to, but there is stuff coming out all the time that shows the earth being round. Okay, every single one of them is a shill. I'm sorry, I just don't see it that way. All right, there's plenty of proof saying it's a certain way, but since you don't believe that, it must not be. And there's a lot of things that are that way. That's how these new Mandela effects are. There's proof right in front of you that they're a certain way. But since you don't remember it, it must be a Mandela effect. And a lot of you know already, I feel like Mandela effects, we all remember it a certain way, and there's no proof. There's no proof whatsoever the way that we remember it. You know, but these make-believe ones, we do have proof. But since you don't remember it that way, it must be a Mandela effect. I'm calling bullshit. I think that you have to remember that we are human. We don't remember everything perfectly. Okay? That memory is flawed. And no one I have met, no YouTuber, any YouTuber has an eidetic memory. Okay? None of them. Okay? Not a single one. But yet, they talk like what they say must be scripture. And then they support it with all these adjectives that make it sound like, well, I don't know, I mean, not unless I'm crazy, and I'm just not, but I know it had to be a certain way. Well, who the fuck are you? Because you got a fucking camera and you fucking upload your shit, you're somebody that's worth fucking believing in? You're just a regular ass person. You're just a regular person with a fucked up memory like everybody else. And maybe fucked up is relative. Because who knows how fucked up anybody's memory really is. But, and this goes to any YouTuber out there that happens to see it. Or you can go take it to any YouTuber that you know. You're not nobody. You're nobody. There's no reason why what you're saying should be taken as scripture. Not unless you have proof backing up something. Not with a bunch of adjectives, okay? That's not enough. All right, what you have is hometown love followers. That even if you're lying to them, they're going to agree with you, because these flat earth, these conspiracy theorists, the Mandela Effect community, a lot of them need a home. They need to feel like they're not wrong. And you know what? They're going to agree with you no matter what. Even if you are wrong, even if they're not sure. When I bring up stuff like cowboys and your grandmother's spaghetti, there's the things that we have like emotional value tied into certain memories. But these other ones, you just belong to this group. A lot of these people within these channels, a lot of your subscribers, a lot of your viewers, they just feel like they belong to this channel. Maybe not mine necessarily, but any of these channels. They feel like they have a home. Somewhere where they're heard and they're listened to. And they're not pointed at like the crazy person. So they're going to agree with you. They're going to like that video, even if they disagree. But I'm here to tell you, there's no way the same group of 10 that agree with the real ones all of a sudden got stupid overnight and they just don't see those. I don't think so. And by doing that, throwing out these little weak-ass Mandela effects, you're throwing the people like, I'd like to say like us, because let's face it, my last video kind of made or broke my channel. Either you like my channel or you hate my channel at this point. But anybody that's a subscriber that's definitely seen my last video definitely knows you're throwing people like us under the bus. Because we can clearly see what you're putting out there is shenanigans. It's garbage. It's fluff. And you're only doing it for your own egotistical purposes. You see some new fucking Mandela effect by some other random ass fucking person, and you go make a whole video out of it, knowing good and well you got hundreds of thousands of people watching and looking and in your pocket. And you're deliberately throwing them under the bus with no research. None. Not no real research. You just see it's got 25 upvotes on Reddit and you're going to go post it on YouTube. And I think in my last video, if I didn't say it, I'm going to say it now. I see it as like a declaration of war. Man, that may be some pretty heavy words to use, but you've definitely drawn a line in the sand where there is a group of us that do know what real Mandela effects are. And to be truthful with you, I've gotten so many comments from so many people that say, I've been feeling the same thing, I've seen the same thing, oh my God, I'm so glad you said something I've been wanting to. There's not very many of us like me and you, that literally, I mean, am I wrong when I say that we look at these videos and it's like, that's not no Mandela effect. It's just somebody playing everybody else. That's exactly what I feel. I can see it. I can see right through it. You're going to tell me that your heightened awareness matured at a different level mine did? Bullshit. Bullshit. That's you and your fucking cult fucking mentality, getting all these fucking followers to fucking vote your fucking ads and your fucking Patreon. Fuck you. It's bullshit. Alright, it's bullshit. I'm not buying it for 1 second. I'm sorry. I'm just not. And that's why I say somebody's drawn a line in the sand. They have. And you know, they've made me pick a side. Because what they're putting out these days, they ain't no Mandela effects, man. That is bullshit to keep you logged in, subscribed. I mean, like I said, they've turned into the enemy. There's so many things out there trying to keep you logged in and subscribed like a fucking zombie. They're doing the same shit to you. They ain't trying to inform nobody. All they're trying to do is stay pertinent, stay needed, egotistical purposes. And I don't know, a lot of you, hopefully you can tell, I ain't got no fucking ego. I don't give a flying fuck what any of you do. You can downvote my video, you can curse me out, you can talk shit if you want, you can do whatever you want to do. I don't give a damn. I don't do it for pennies, I don't do it for money, I don't do it for fucking nothing. I do it just because I find other people, which is the only reason why I've ever done this channel. It's for other people that feel and see things the way that I do. So anyway, that's going to end it for this one. I'm going to try to put out a few more. And I want to thank all of you that stuck around. If you've stayed around this long, give me a big old thumbs up. Just to let me know that you stuck around. Or, you know, give me a thumbs down. I don't give a shit, really. But, you know, sometimes I tend to ramble. I just want people to understand where I come from and to let people know that wherever you're coming from, hopefully, it's not too far away from what I feel. So anyway, if there's anything that any of you people would like for me to talk about, if there's anything, any subject that any of you would like for me to address, or even if it's a little intricate detail that you feel like needs to be spoken about or you don't see anybody else talking about it, bring it to me. I try to get to every single comment if I can, and I'll do my best. So like always, y'all keep coming back, leaving comments, and stay strong. I'll talk to you guys later.